See this one. Dave Smith talks about Owen Benjamin, huh?
Owen Benjamin, like, look, I'm all right. We're behind the paywall for this. He made himself one of those guys where it's like he's one of those guys where it's a losing game to even talk about him because
Yeah.
then he's just gonna do 6 episodes on me talking about him. But the truth is, Owen was a friend of mine. Owen's been to my not my current house, but he's been to my home before. He's met my wife. I know him. I knew him very well, and that guy can go fuck himself. Like fuck him. Like fuck him, man. There was just like a moment where I was just like, yo, that guy's dead to me. And the moment was he's been to my home before.
What the
He's
hell?
met my wife. I know him. I knew him very well, and that guy can go fuck himself. Like fuck him. Like fuck him, man. There was just like a moment where I was just like, yo, that guy's dead to me. And the moment was when he started publicly saying, whenever he got back on Twitter, he literally just started blatantly lying about me. And I mean, I'm not saying like, it's not like, oh, there's a miscommunication.
Okay, we get it. Yeah, Owen's a liar. That's been known. Reminder that. Yeah, I know. I remember Victoria festival prices. Oh, Owen needs that money bad. Let me put that music back on. Try to find some softer music actually. Maybe some ambient dub techno. You know, it would be hard to imagine someone could go this low. In this case, par for the course. Owen Benjamin is going to do a live stream all dedicated to my experience with the loss of my wife, and he feels he has some insight that's worth sharing, although he doesn't know anything about my family. It's hard to imagine someone could go this low. Well, yeah, you're dealing with Owen Benjamin. Did you not get the vibe that he was this nuts, this crazy when you were talking to him? You know? You need that kind of discernment in life when dealing with wackos like Owen. That's what he said. If anyone has seen how off the grid #CuttingStone has been calling his recently dead wife a liability, just know you're not alone thinking he sounds insane. I break it down in Friday's stream. Oh, I was gonna do a stream about it. When was this? 2 weeks ago. Cool. I'll check out that stream. New AU processors. Okay.
Yeah, but the way you react. Yeah, when someone attacks me publicly, which they always start it. I never start it.
Right.
I will react, and you should still apologize. You should be like, oh, it makes sense now. It makes sense why. I'll tell you, though, this one Patrice O'Neal story I have, and he's a genius, by the way. I only met him one time at Nick Swartzen's roller skating party. And I was hammered on roller skates. I ended up falling down, and I broke my wrist, and I didn't have health insurance, and I was a waiter. And I just had to have a broken wrist for like 8 months. It was hilarious. But I was like hugging everybody and blah, blah, blah. And it was him and Ian Edwards were hanging, and they're like, oh, Owen, what's up? And I'm like, I touched their heads in a weird way, and they both were like looking at me like I was like blacks have like a gay response of like, you don't touch a black, like the back of a black guy's like shaved head.
True.
And they both gave me a look like, wrong culture, dude. And I remember I was like, oh, my bad, dude. Sorry. Because even though they kind of like got a little aggro. I realized that I started it, and I was just wrong. I'm like, I didn't mean to like touch the back of your head. White people do that all the time. Like we don't have like trauma from like a prison rape. Those guys, whether they got raped in prison or it's in their genetic line.
Yeah.
They're just like, you don't touch the back of a black dude's head.
Because prison rape. That's why.
And it's kind of like that with me, where it's like, if you're going to talk shit in public, I have to now verbally fight you, Okay. All right, so let's take a quick look at Old Squirt of Stone. So he recently called me a cult leader yet again, but this is like
why does the video keep getting
weeks after his wife dies. Returning to the land, intentional community, and it's focused on being white. I don't know how they slipped in. Oh no, whose wife passed away? Bunny, this is why I didn't want to address it, because even people that like...
Yeah, you're talking shit about his dead wife, you fucking asshole. What do you mean? Oh, I didn't want to do the stream because you guys would get all nippy about it.
You're going to think that I'm being mean. I'm not. Like, I'm defending the memory of his wife. Wait till you see these clips. So this is right after his wife dies. He has 2 little kids. He's now publicly talking about polygamy. Now, polygamy theoretically, again, it's like Slade's move for me, but cancer that they went the natural route and didn't seek any. Let me show you I know I sound like I'm being mean. I'm not. And I'm also allowing people to not feel alone when they watch this and go, wait, what? And you see hundreds.
But that's who I am. I'm an optimist. They didn't force anything on us that we didn't want.
I don't care about either of these guys.
It's like me and Amy are doing real
boring. Oh yeah, this video. The one I uploaded. Damn, I'm this far up. That's crazy. Deeper. Jay Smith talks about Owen Benjamin.
You wouldn't change one thing if you could. That's the rub. We are who we are due to what we've learned along the way. Yes. Mama Jean molded you into a perfect narcissist. She is the ultimate liar with her special boy IQ test. Love you now. She lied to you, now you lie.
He's calling that dumb bitch his dumb bitch mom who told him he had a 147 IQ. A dumb bitch like she is. Oh, yeah, damn right. She fucking ruined you by telling you that bullshit.
Why aren't people camping at Ursa Rio? Can we talk about docket something? Kyneton, is this I thought that was a joke. Apparently Kyneton's sending me troll accounts. No, Mama Jean didn't lie. I'll just address it. It's not a big deal. Kyneton, you're like retarded by it.
It's his fault.
Dude, they only spent $2 on that? Kyneton, you got tricked by $2.
That's funny. I gotta find more of these streams. Some of these streams I gotta watch. Is with I think I saw that.
But if you rape, we...
Yeah, when he sings. Okay. Liz Antoinette, shout out Liz. I had an interview with her. Or the other guy, at least, not her.
Pure lies. Just to like, a camera situation, man. Literally was like, oh, you help influence me to have another kid. I hear it all the time. Okay, how about you don't fucking try and destroy me and help me be able to pay my bills so I don't have to fucking... And then I get shit like I'm begging or something. I'm like, dude, how do I do this? A good man leaves an inheritance to his son's sons. Therefore, my father was a good man.
This pussy's gonna dude. Cry,
like, it's awesome.
It's
so awesome, man. So awesome. So much hope in this world.
Right.
Dude, Bertaria was like heaven, man. I know it sounds like gay, but it's like...
Do you know, in my opinion, why he's crying? And I'm not going to keep stopping this, but see, there's nobody will ever convince me that somewhere rattling around in whatever minuscule area is left.
Shout outs Texas Go Radio Show. Love the podcast. Let's continue. Not podcast, but like stream. I don't know what that is.
I grow my own food. I tried to grow watermelon this year and cotton. They had all died. And nectarines died on me. Same with the peaches.
He just kills. BB's dead. This is fucking hilarious. BB's dead. Blueberry fruit reader. BB's dead. Nectarine fruit reader. Yeah, he just kills all his flats. It's fucking hilarious. Blah, 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 blah. More videos, please.
I'm having an
Funny
identity
ass.
issue right now. Like, am I a stand-up comedian?
No, you're not.
I don't do stand-up anymore, really. I do it once a year. What am I? Like, when somebody recently was buying a couch that we sold on Craigslist or something, and they're like, what do you do? And every time someone asks me what I do, I'm like, well, you know, I have a social media app, and I have a farm
I
stand.
rabble online all day?
You know, have you seen the House Bunny? Like, I don't even know what the hell to say.
House Bunny.
I am what. And then when you get in the religious aspect of it, the I am, the Jesus, like the I am, the declaring what you are. What does that really mean? You know, like you can't say that you're a man without a penis.
That was random as hell. Next. I gotta find some of these streams.
Because everyone has their own job and everyone's so independent and everybody, you know, like when we recently got rid of our health insurance to save money, I had a really wild realization that that I now am completely responsible for my own health. And I know that sounds wild. Denmark Bear.
Scamey. Lamau. Oh, Fat Bear Owen. Oh, the fat ass. Owen the fatty. Save that for later, so I can use it in my stream.
I'm sure
somewhere.
I can bring up tons of fucking dirt on you too.
Saw that one. Saw that one. Saw that one.
There is a possibility
What the hell?
that some people can't do this. Okay? Like they can't get their minds out of victim consciousness. I don't know if it's trauma or whatever. They kick me off YouTube and they won't rent theaters to me. Okay, then are we overstaying our welcome for you? No, I just it's just the steady.
Where was the stream? I want to watch the stream. Which stream was this? Where's the stream? Which stream was this? God, dude, I'm gonna really have to find the stream. It was from 3 months ago. But does it show an exact date when this shit was uploaded? No, it doesn't. Just in general, 3 months ago. I don't know what that even means. I don't know what day. Fuck. I want to find the stream.
Decline with stuff that I thought was going to be so awesome. I think just kind of just makes me wonder because I don't know. Like I can't see what you guys are thinking. I'm in a little room by myself with my dog. And I just see like comments or interactions, or I look at stats on like how many people are interacting with stuff. And it's just like the Bertari Times app is just it's been on a steady decline for like 3 years.
Lamau.
Like, I don't know what that means.
Nothing.
Like, does that just mean, like when my mom joined, people, it had a little blip up, but it's just like, maybe I'm not seeing something. And if anybody wants to let me know, you can tell me. Like, it doesn't help me to not know. Like, I don't want to overstay my welcome. All right. Have you considered that the people with connection issues might just be gay? No, No, I mean, things fall apart here a lot. You know, the Rumble thing, the conversation with Classical Learner was a great conversation, but technically it was horrible. You know, it was like, I couldn't figure out how to fix the audio. I didn't, like, everything kept crashing. It was just terrible. So just let me know if you guys aren't enjoying this anymore, because I'm seeing signs. God says you occasionally get a hiccup glitch that auto fixes everywhere but Rumble. Rumble then needs a manual reset from my end. I reset it. Happens a lot when you first got a laptop, then didn't for a long time. Now it did it a couple times. I always fix it right away and didn't think it's worth pointing out. Does it affect the video long term? Is that why there's like glitches in the video when I'm like making clips and shit? I don't know. I just like enthusiasm. I give the people options. There will always be waves of interaction and interest. Yeah, I just think after that, like, 24-hour sun thing and then the Trump stuff, I don't know. It just seems like I'm not really vibing with the whole, like, Witsit gets it's a shill. And then, they're just waiting to put a chip in us and all this. And maybe I'm, like, losing my connection to my audience. It happens. You know, it's
Let's see his streams. Some of these look funny to me. When he argues back with Curtis Stone again. The Curtis Stone saga reignites.
So we are going to dive into old Squirtus.
Damn, Owen, what the hell happened? What's with the tie-dye shirt, my dude? Guy looks like he fucking peaked on a bunch of acid and came back a new man. You've been taking drugs, Owen? Been training to become a psychonaut, huh? Kino?
Stone, I'm going to show you clips from the original interview I did with him. That's, some people say they watch it once a week to laugh. It's one of the cringiest, craziest things you've ever seen. I've been contacted by women, and they've sent me DMs that he sent them on dating apps while his wife was still in the hospital, allegedly. So we're going to dive into that, and we have some new parodies going on. I'll give you a gardening update, an Ursa Rio update. Ladle.tv, please sign up. The signups have been a little weak, which is fine. But, you know, it's like everything I've ever done, and we put in a lot of work into it, $9.11 a month. What is it? Bowler Bear has been really enjoying it. So he sent me a little clip from the second episode called An Act of War. And in it, I did a little bike talk, and he thinks he got me in a little conundrum. 1 second.
This is a little.
I asked him what.
This is a little 3-hour schizo stream, so we're probably gonna skip through. I'm probably gonna take a couple breaks. I'm streaming for as long as I can, but there's a bunch of shit I gotta get to today, so we'll stream for pretty much the whole time. We might just watch this the whole time, honestly. It's a chill stream. I'll be streaming every day, and it's not always about Owen, but mostly it is because I find him funny.
What he thought of Ladle, and this is his review. You're exactly the same. I find the breakdowns of building out the joke really interesting, how it ties in with human nature and how the specifics of tone, timing, and facial expressions are so important. Yeah, back then I did a lot of mechanical engineering as far as what comedy is. And I know you guys will enjoy it, and I have to charge to pay the bills for it, so I think it's an absolute no-brainer. These first few episodes really highlight that your take on everything is not for stupid people. People don't notice as much because you touch on topics that are more widely discussed than the breakdown of building out a joke. But it's the exact same approach from Caesar salad to bike theft to Jews, flat earth, and all of your online battles like old Squirtus Stone. You're very self-aware back then about your weaknesses, just swinging first, piling on, and asking questions later. The Frenchman in the front row in episode 2 is the perfect example. At the end of the day, you will always be misunderstood because most people are retarded and don't understand levels and intentions. Just in the moment, feeling based on the comfort of their programming. Yeah, but for the people that are, and I know this sounds arrogant, but smart enough and honest enough to understand it. There's no stream like this on the internet.
Right.
And so I'm just going to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday this week. I'm taking off Tuesday and Thursday.
He's kind of not wrong. Owen is a special kind of schizo.
Piano lessons have been going really well. I will at some point cut off new subscribers for piano lessons because I really like to be able to have a personal relationship with anybody who's taking it and play their videos and respond to them. And if you want to better understand my nature, check out the piano lessons because I'm really nice in it. And I'm always trying to satisfy the student and customer. Comedy has to be antagonistic. And I'm very aware of that. And some people have called me self-destructive and I burn bridges and I am horrible and I attack my own supporters and blah, blah. It's comedy. And that's why I'm really good at it.
It's comedy.
And if you want to support it, ladle.tv, Unauthorized is still working out its kinks. And Ladle has so many timeless episodes that are just as good, if not better now than they were before. If you want to see like a nice person.
Where's the funny part, Owen? Get to it.
But he wants to use the power of the state to extract money out of me and then denied it immediately.
Tell your demon cult leader he can come on my stream when he's not afraid. I'll be happy to lay it out to him.
Because he's a filthy.
And then Toronto Jew Bear, one of the taint suckers of Owen. Owen's got a bunch of taint leeches on his asshole all the time, and this is one of them. To become a cult member of Owen, you've got to add bear somewhere in your name. So if you ever see some faggot with a bear name, that's how you know. That's how you know they've handed over their balls and they've lashed themselves onto Owen's taint. So they'll always come to defend Owen, no matter what he says. It's just how it is.
The liar. I vote no. Yeah, I don't think I'll show you. You know, lawsuits are annoying, and there is a big blowback from malicious prosecution, but it just takes a long time, and I just don't feel. It's a no from me. I don't want you to. It's too gross. It's too gross, guys. It's and he wants to profit.
You'd lose, buddy. That's why. You'd lose like how you lost against Patreon. Dumb.
On the death of his wife, and it's. I told him I'd meet him in person, and I'll show you that. So I could pass on that message. But would you go on a stream where your host calls you a demon cult leader before you start? When do you stream and what day? Out of context. Real quick, I wrote, what defamation? Quoting you and saying I know things. You're getting a little paranoid for them to just put me back on Patreon. You know, and...
Oh, he's whining about getting banned off Patreon.
Any part of it out, you can then sue the lawyer for malicious prosecution. And if Squirtus Stone really is as wealthy as he claims to be, he's not going to do a lawsuit unless he's out of his mind. Because then he is liable, right? And he is a mess. All right, I'm going to sue you for not coming to the barbecue yesterday. That's hilarious. Yeah, people that threaten lawsuits have either never been in a lawsuit or they're crazy, unless you actually have a claim. You know, I called the Patreon lawsuit a lawsuit, but it wasn't technically a lawsuit. The only lawsuit was when Patreon sued my listeners. I followed through with Jams, the private arbitration business that they have, where you file $200 to make a claim, and then Patreon is on the hook to pay the fees. And so because they kicked me off, it wasn't even, it was a valid claim I had too. It wasn't just lawfare. They deleted my Patreon account for off-platform behavior. It was because of my Me Too joke on Twitter. Tortious interference is when an entity comes in between two people with a contract. So my argument was I had a contract with each of my Patreons, with each of my listeners, and Patreon got... deleted that contract, got in between a contract being fulfilled, which is called tortious interference. And so each one of my Patreons filed a claim. And then so they would pay $200. Patreon would have to pay $20,000, $30,000 for each one. And I was hoping that that would be enough leverage for them to just put me back on Patreon, you know, and
it wasn't. It wasn't, and then he lost the lawsuit, and now his fans are on the hook for Patreon's lawsuit fees. I'm pretty sure that's the part he doesn't tell you.
They fought it for years, and then they sued my listeners. I paid their legal defense because I don't leave people hanging, and we won. So the only
He's literally just lying out of his asshole. It's fucking hilarious.
lawsuit I've ever been in that has concluded, I was victorious.
Right.
And that was great. I still think about that judge in San Francisco. He was a gay Jewish guy who sided with me immediately. It was hilarious. I love that guy. That guy gets it. Even if you have a claim, a settlement can take years. Well, not with insurance and not with lawyers. This is why lawyers don't take certain cases, because if you don't do your due diligence, and if it's a false claim and the person doesn't get intimidated or buckle, you're on the hook. You can lose your license. You can lose you get in trouble with the bar, all that stuff. It's not a game. BB is a real one, says Bunny Bear. Yeah, my loyalty is the loyalty people give me is not because of cult brainwashing. It's because I've given you loyalty.
Right.
And I've shown you that I have your back, And so that's why it's like with like Ladle TV, I mean, there's been some great signups and I appreciate it and we can cover the expenses. But if there really isn't that much of an interest, I don't need to stream as much. And that's not me being manipulative or threatening. Like I'm just not going to, because it's supply and demand. And I trust you guys. If I'm streaming too much, I can go to Monday, Wednesday, Friday and just pursue other stuff and then do my piano lesson on the weekend. And that's great. And I really want to pursue my fruit business. I'm getting so into the orchard. Oh, do you guys want a garden update while everybody's coming in? Ladle.tv. Yeah, I mean, if it was me,
Shut up, Owen.
percent.
That's why I have to watch the clips, because unless it's like a funny topic, he just rambles.
Do you remember why I didn't take out a loan? I learned so much about life. This interview gets so many listens. People down. They use victim consciousness to try and extract resources. Yeah, I'm wearing an Afghani garb and a Palestinian. He's so stupid. I told Squirtus I'd meet him alone in the woods. Holding the line for with the political correct stuff. Okay, so let's say you do random methods for cancer. And not only did they not work, she died really fast.
Oh my God.
So
somebody's dead wife.
How did your wife die and why did no one know? If you like the truth, just answer the simple question. You should be saying, look at the demon exposing the rhetoric stuff anymore. Maybe I will as bonus episodes, but I'm keeping it piano and accessible to kids. I think I got a little into the clouds. But one thing I was trying to teach was, because it was about songwriting, and one of my students wrote a beautiful song, and I played it in the last. Right now, I'm not only not attacking my audience, I'm doing them a service, whether they like it or not. And as a comedian, I am antagonistic. When I teach piano, I'm not antagonistic. I'm very nice. And we can make up,
now
Curtis.
You might say, what's that?
We can make up. A politician can talk for days. I could do jokes just about him.
Visit squirtusmoan.com.
Peas and beans. Glamour shot. He definitely set his phone to a timer, too. Or his wife took the shot. All right, how's that? Let me get in the. I'm ugly. It's from his point of view. I don't want that mix up. Talk like a feather.
Stop singing.
My son, Frederick, is 2. He'll be 3 in a few months. But
does he have another kid? The fucking Jesus Christ.
He's 2 right now. Injustice bothers people. Like, requires a lot of effort. And there's. I'm going to wash the stones and all that stuff. I just want to show you what I'm thinking, because these have really good footers. We have a whole foundation and like 8 inches of cement there. And I don't want a nice big solid stream today. And so I'll do Monday, Wednesday, Friday this week. And don't forget, subscribe to ladle.tv. $9.
Boring. What was that stream number I was watching? With the funny shit in it? Damn, will this thing fucking work? Oh my god, oh my god. Here we go again with this shit. In a bit, I'm gonna roll the joint and start a different stream. Bow, bow. Come on, can you fucking work?
Forget about
Isn't hate.
Oh, now you want to fucking work. Jesus Christ.
Dude, he's going around.
291. Stream 2091. Let's check that one out. 2091. Yeah, he streams like every day, dude. So some of these I'm gonna miss, and I bet there's funny jokes that I'm gonna miss in some of these. And it pisses me off. I wish I had someone to watch and go over these for me. Like clip the funny shit so I can go over it, but such is life. 2041. What was it? 2091? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 2091. We'll go up from there because that was the last like funny stream I remember. DiCaprio Unchained. Oh yeah.
I am very sorry about the tardiness. Civilization is the bike lock. It was so fun. The Northeasterners are so aggressive because we basically, where I'm from, got replaced by China. It was manufacturing. There's no sun. It's got miserable weather. It's beautiful. You know, there's beautiful parts of the Northeast, but it used to be the hub for all manufacturing. You know, like Cleveland and Pittsburgh and Syracuse and all these places. And then it all moved. And it decentralized all over the world. Globalism just kind of ripped it apart. And so everybody got really drunk and aggressive. And so the natural demeanor is just being very aggressive to people. And then in Sandpoint, people are very nice. And same with the Midwest. And I really appreciate that here. It's just healthier. People seem to have that twinkle in their eye. You know, it has its problems, but the Canadian Post Office has been on strike for almost a month now. Brutal. Good for them. You know, fuck everybody that wants to talk shit about the post office. Oh, post office workers get so overpaid. No, they don't. They work so hard, and it's such a crucial service. UPS sucks. I've had a couple people send me stuff via UPS, and it was an absolute nightmare. Like, you'll go to the UPS shop, and you're like asking about your thing because you got a notice, and they don't even know. They don't care. They're like, I'm sure it's somewhere. It's like England. And it's so ironic because it's like the British Rail. Remember that bit I did in the new special about like, if you wait long enough, another train will come. It always does. The Queen gives you money for porridge. Where do you got to go anyway? There's nowhere to go. I used to go to a beach in Blighty, but then I got raped. It's funny how people say like the private industry is so much more efficient.
It's so much It's so much schizo-babble that I don't know how I'm gonna sit through this. I need like an actual. I would need like an actual audience, an actual time to set aside to sit through all this. But for now, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna stop the stream, take a smoke break, and then restart it in like 30 minutes. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Let's find something funny to watch while I roll the joint, because that's what I'm gonna do for 30 minutes. I'm gonna go out, smoke a joint for 30 minutes, and then start up another stream about Owen Benjamin. Damn, dude. I enjoyed this. Streaming is fun. And it's 1, 2, 3. What are we fighting for? Don't ask me, I don't give a damn. Next stop, it's Vietnam. And it's 5, 6, 7. Open up the pearly gates. Well, this one. Ain't no time to wonder why. Yippee, we're all gonna die. Squirt guard. Squirt squad. Squirt guard. That's what I remember from this stream.
Half those comments on Facebook, because there's all kinds of trolls and all kinds of psyops and stuff. They're always trying to limit my influence and all that stuff because I'm not going along with Joe the Toe's little sodomy plan. And one thing that protects you is living an authentically moral life. If you have a mistress, that can be used against you. If you have addiction, that can be used against you. If you have blinding rage that you keep to yourself and no one knows, that can be used against you. So just be good. And people have really
Just be
wronged me.
good.
Like bad, like real psyop type shit. Yeah, I'm honest with you about the existence of evil because he cares about the bears too much to lie to us. Yes, you're not a threat. In fact, you're what they parasitically eat from. That's why nobody's psyoping me out. You know, the psyops against me are from different just people that hate me, typically. I'm starting to see. And psychological operations against me, which do exist, they gather the gammas that resent me and they weaponize them. And the gammas don't even know that they're being used.
Right.
So why don't you go ahead and start again? Get another fucking screen name. Come at me. What's the budget of your current thing at? How much they pay to come at the bear to affect the fucking culture?
Schizo.
Oh, now he's paranoid. He did. How much money did they give you? Start again. New screen name. Bid in. Send something to your house. Good. Keep doing it. I want to wear down your fucking budget. In case you haven't noticed, oil is now in negative dollars. I'm pretty sure I will outlast you. Bid. How dare you? I think, Big Bear, after listening to Vox tonight, like, I think there really is a lot of, like, spies. I think what they do is they do psyops constantly, like a lot of people, where they're like, okay, how do we break up Owen and James' newest friendship?
Right.
It's so obvious. They do it every time. I think what happens is there's like, literally people are being paid for this. I think that there's people online that get paid to just be like, well, Owen and this guy are becoming friends. I'm going to start like a real weird psyop. And they do psychological evaluations on people. Like, what's the best way to get this dude pissed off? You know, and I think with me, the psychological analysis would be virtue signal about Christianity, start rivalries about who has better gravy, and say words like cringe. You know, because you look at someone like me and you think, like, what gets them pissed off? What gets them to not form community? Dude, that's a fact that's happening right now in America, and it's becoming more mainstream, the knowledge of this. That's like how it'd be like, okay, so how do we get to this guy? Let's do a psychological profile on him. Like, he has his father kind of he's not really close with his father anymore, so we can kind of wedge that in. There's all kinds of stuff. It's hilarious. It's not really hilarious, but what happens is they try and isolate me. There's psychological operations at hand. Oh, Big Bear, I'm successfully right now suing a giant company, and there's punches being thrown, and it's up and down. 72 Bears are involved in a lawsuit against Patreon. There's big money at stake. I'm going to propose a new group of bears that I'm recruiting for today to fight in the troll wars. And I always encourage you guys never to interact with trolls, because if you're not trained, I've lost a lot of good men out there, a lot of good bears. They get emotional. They don't realize how narratives are swayed by mass, by it's called astroturfing, where troll armies, bot armies, paid shills, and then all these idiots that just join them, they are trying to change perceived consensus. That's why it's called astroturfing. It's fake grassroots. My dad's taught classes in this.
Right.
So that's why you'll see, and they're tricky. They're very good at what they do. Some of them are awful, terrible, but some of them are incredibly good at what they do. And so a lot of people don't know how to handle it. Coddington Bear may be teaching a class in it because it's really interesting. The biggest tip I can give you is you're not fighting with the troll. You're fighting with the perception from other people looking at it. Because narrative is the weapon. The culture wars are, I want to form a squirt guard and really train people. Like COD is great at it. Because you have to be funny and truthful and also know when to avoid and when to redirect narrative. It's fascinating. Perception management. Yeah, whole companies will rise and fall based on false perception. I'd like to volunteer. Yeah, so email. I actually have an email for it. You have to be very vetted. You have to have been a bear here for a long time.
Cult member.
The squirt guard of the Gravy Seals is going to be a very elite fighting
Guard
force.
of the Gravy Seals, yeah.
It'll be fun. All right, so it is. What's the email? Beartarian Bear Forces at gmail.com. So that's Beartarian Bear Forces at gmail.com. If you'd like to get trained by one of my best generals, definitely my best general. I just don't like to give him too much credit. Coddington has been through hell and back with me so many times that he actually enjoys analyzing narratives and troll armies and stuff like that. So he will train
Coddington's a kiss ass, so it makes sense.
you because we can't send you out into battle unless you're trained, or else you get lost in the fog of emotional troll armies. Man, like I'll show you an example of someone who stepped up today that did a great job in the squirt guard. Like here, this is how a narrative will start. Guys, if anybody subscribes to Big Bear 3366911 on Instagram, they know me. They're there, and there's no secret that what I think about Ben Shapiro, and I'm guessing most people that like me they see through Ben Shapiro. So this is a narrative shifter. They want to create an argument, like, are you pro-choice or pro-life? They want an argument about something obviously stupid, because that way one side, the conservatives can line up to lose on purpose, and the left can keep driving things home. And now Ben Shapiro is a very interesting character because he serves that function. So the gate must be kept. So they say, why do you hate Ben Shapiro? And bear in mind, I did a post that was just really funny. Wasn't about hatred. And so someone said, I think he's sick of sarcasm and endless wars. Classic Gravy Seals. If you get emotional and you start arguing with the troll, you'll lose. You have to do it in a funny and truthful way, because then when people look at it, they're like, oh, he really is like that. That's judo flipping. So in comes in a troll. And this is why, unless you know what you're doing, don't engage. Because
Guys, I'm gonna roll this joint. Watch some more of this video and then in the stream. Now when I come back, we might do a different topic. We might watch some funny TikToks, some funny training TikToks, laugh at that a little bit. We might go to that. Who knows? We'll see.
I'll tell you the motivation of this. So Goyim Seeker says, what about religion?
It's on my other channel though. It's on my Condi Mortal channel, where I make fun of stuff like that.
Don't want any sneaky long noses infiltrate and destroy your homeland. Good old USA. Okay. So I write, Squirt Guard. This is a classic example of a troll influencing narrative. The goal of this is to get a positive and productive movement to get back in the mud with the pigs and connect back to victim consciousness. As we have seen by the churches preaching evil, the devil can quote scriptures and Jews can speak truth and grow tomatoes. Focus on the good and the true and the beautiful and recognize the purpose of these quote unquote comments and what they really want you to speak into reality. It's fun once you get the hang of it, because then what happens is the next troll comes in and says, oh, Owen Benjamin's anti-Christianity. You understand? That's why we're assembling the Gravy Seals and the Squirt Guard, because you have to understand how many people are now nervous to say abortion's wrong, simply because all these bots, they think they're against this huge army that doesn't exist. And so now it's being pulled into existence because of astroturfing, because people just want to fit in. So do the opposite. These are the weapons you've been given. So learn how to influence narrative and join the Gravy Seals, like a positive. It's all, up until this point, it's only been used for evil.
Right.
It's only been used to subvert and take down any,
he's the good
positive movement. The knowledge that troll armies exist will help you not lose your mind. Because you'll see like 8,000 comments like, LOL, this guy should be in jail. LOL, he's losing his mind, blah, 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 of a video that you like. And you're like, am I crazy?
Yeah.
Half those comments on Facebook, in the beginning, it was like almost 100%. They were swaying consciousness at a time when people didn't know that you could do fake bots and avatars and stuff. And now a lot of people are these adamant, evil, wicked psychopaths because they don't want to be kicked out of the group. It's just psychology 101, I got a troll army stalking me. They are building trolling profiles on people to more effectively troll in personally triggering ways. Right, but see, that makes you stronger. They used to be able to trigger me a lot more because they did a psychological profile on me. Because I was troll army troll army target number one for a while.
Victim.
And so they would do analyses on me and say, oh, he has issues with his dad, or he
Got a daddy's boy. Yeah, we'll just come back. I'll just come back in a little bit. I'll end the stream and then start it up in like 30 minutes again.